And last but not least, I'd like Marie Huxtable to just give us a little input on EJOLTs, the Educational Journal of Living Theories, please.
Hi, can I share my screen, Maureen?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, let's give it a go. I'm not good at these things. Okay. Hopefully you can see the EJOLTs webpage. Can you just nod or grin at me or something? Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Thank you. For those who are not familiar with the EJOLTs, the Educational Journal of Living Theories. So this is focused on papers that are explanations of your educational influence in your own learning, the learning of others, and the learning of social formations. That is at the heart of what a living educational theory research, living educational theory is. So when it was really made me smile when you described values as living, not laminated. And that's at the heart of what living educational theory research is. And that's at the heart of what papers we want to publish on EJOLTs. If you have a look, that is at the heart of it is the realization in practice of not just mother and apple pie, humanitarian and life-affirming values, but those that are embodied by us as practitioners and what we're doing, what we want to see, what we actually judge our practice improvement as being, how we explain why we do what we do. We're educators, not just to pay the mortgage, we're actually educators as well, because it's part of our passion to make a difference in the world that is important to us, and that's to do with values. So I was so delighted when you were talking, if I could actually just, maybe the best way of bringing you up to date, have a look, there's more information about living educational theory here, but I want to actually show you, perhaps it might help you understand better if you just have a look at the latest. All of it is free. It's free both to publish and to access, and that's pretty unusual for academic journals. Papers that are here, for instance, in the last issue, is this one by people in the Bahamas, when they're talking about their professional learning that occurred amongst us, co-construction curriculum enrolled in a master program in the Bahamas. Have a look at it, because we are all in the same place. And actually part of being professional is not only to understand and improve your practice, your educational practice, your values-led practice, but also to contribute to the knowledge of us all. And so we can actually learn from what Javier, Jill, Stephanie have been doing in the Bahamas, which is what you're trying to do in Ireland. What, for instance, Buana, who I'm delighted to see, it's the first time I've seen Buana, and I've had numerous email conversations with her. Sorry.
Yes.
So if you have a look, Buana's actually, sorry about that, written about her work in Nepal. So that's part of her professional responsibility, not just to be working on what she's improving in practice in Nepal, but also to contribute that to a global knowledge base. And EJOLTs actually offers that opportunity for you to actually live your professional values of contributing to the educational progress of us all. And that's in Nepal. And then we've got one from people in Bangladesh. I'm getting really excited because some of these we've been able to, you can see we've got the same, and they're doing the same as you're trying to do in Ireland, that's trying to be done in Nepal, that Stephen might be trying to do in Australia, that people are doing. Femke is working, and she's hopefully going to be contributing, submitting a paper very soon to EJOLTs as well. So this is to say that everybody can actually put in. And the other reason I keep thinking is, why on earth would anybody, you've got a busy day job, actually put that effort into writing a paper? And I think, can I try this out with you? Two reasons. One is so that you can both improve your professionalism, actually your professional practice, by sharing with and testing the validity of the knowledge that you believe that you've created about your practice. And it's very easy, I think, for me to sort of say, oh, I'm doing this, that, and the other, and yeah, I'm really doing this, and this is making the difference that I'm wanting to make. But to test the validity of that claim, I think is really important. And sometimes it's enough to test it with the people who are around this, but sometimes we need to test it beyond that. Does this actually make sense to other people who are not part of my bubble? Does this communicate to them? Can they ask those difficult questions that people in our bubble don't see? Because again, that is really important. So what you were saying, and I do hope Kira and Richard particularly might want to actually take their research question that they've been working on, which so excited all of us, I think, watching this, is to, now let me see if I did make a note of what your questions were. Transformative practice that was successful but failed to stick. Why? Your research question, Richard, and in the one from Kiara, and you'll remind me of about the change in your practice of creating a new way. I'm sorry, I haven't got it quickly on my screen, but your question too was so exciting on how far you've got your research. Now, whether actually creating a paper to publish, I'd love it to be an EJOLT, but if you decide you want to submit it to another paper, another journal, then submit it there. But that takes it to the next stage of your research, because as you were saying, in writing, you put it beyond yourself, you can actually reflect on that, you can actually take that next step learning, rather than did that, job done, move on to the next action research. It's actually using your action research as data now to reflect on it and say, okay, this was actually part of a bigger question that I've got. How can I live my values as fully as I can in my practice to make the educational difference I want to make? So I hope that I might have got you sufficiently excited that you might want to actually look further at EJOLTs. And as I said, if you'd like to publish an EJOLTs, I think it would help you progress your research, because you are all here because you are values driven. You're not just wanting to improve people's ability to spell, the ability to get a master's, ability to, which are really, really important, but also that educational purpose to your practice as well. So I hope you'll have a look. If you decide you don't want to practice in EJOLTs, but I've actually inspired you to think about, okay, I need to take my research to the next stage, which will, I hope, me progress, but it will also realize my professional responsibility to test the validity of the knowledge I am claiming of being improving educational practice, and also contributing that to a knowledge base that we can all draw on and contribute to. So please go on to ejolts.net and have a look at that. And I can't get to the right. And I'd also like to invite you to have a look on actionresearch.net. If you go down the right-hand column here and go to the living theory posters, right? And you'll see that nobody can travel alone. Periodically, we are social beasties. You do need to be with other people, and you want to find people, not only in your own backyard, but realize that you're part of a much, much bigger, you're part of a global movement here.
Okay, Marie, we have about 5 seconds left. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So have a look around here. And if you'd like to actually contribute your poster, so you can actually be part of and be visible in this community, joining up with other people, that would be brilliant. And it would make the connections with what you could do, not only contributing to EJOLTs, but contributing through that to the world at large.
That's great. Thank you, Marie. Thank you. Thank you, Marie. That was very, I imagine people will be inspired anyway.